Hello children, welcome to our numerals lesson today. This lesson was produced by Rwanda Education Board with support from UNICEF. My name is John, your teacher. This lesson is from Unit 3 of Primary 5. Therefore, pupils from Primary 5 and Primary 6 are free to participate in this lesson. Dear adults, we encourage you to support the children during this radio learning program. Dear children, for more practice and exercises about today's lesson, you will refer to a textbook titled Mathematics for Rwandan Schools, Pupils Book 5, Unit 3, pages 32 and 33. Friends, before we continue, let us review what we learned in the previous lesson. Dear children, what did we learn in the previous lesson? Very good. In the previous lesson, we learned about prime factorization and the use of indices to express repeated factors. Dear children, did you try out your homework in the previous numerals lesson? Very good. I asked you to express the numbers 24, 32, and 50 as a product of their prime factors using indices. And I hope your answers are 24 equals 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And this equals 2 power 3 times 3. Very good. And 32 equals 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And this equals to 2 power 5 because 2 has been repeated 5 times. Therefore, we write it as 2 to the power of 5. Finally, number 50, expressed as a product of its prime factors using indices, equals 2 times 5 times 5. And as indices, this equals to 2 times 5 power 2. Very good, children. I know you did them rightly. Flowers to yourselves. In today's lesson, we will learn about multiples. But first, let us have a short break. We will be back shortly.
Come along and play with us.
Welcome back, dear children. Like I said before the break, in today's lesson, we will learn about multiples of a number. But first, let us have a warm-up. My warm-up is a chant similar to what you have heard before, but it will give us a clue of what multiples are. I will guide you as we recite the chant. You will stand up and dance any way you feel like. Are you ready, children? Very good. Let's go. Let us count the numbers. 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 Count in twos. My turn. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Let us count the numbers. Let us count the numbers. Count in twos. Your turn. Let us count the numbers. 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 Count in fours. My turn. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. Let us count the numbers. Let us count the numbers. Count in fours. Your turn. mm, 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 mm. Well done, children. You may now take your seats. I hope you're ready to learn. Now, friends, what do you think a multiple is? Very good. A multiple is a number that may be divided by another a certain number of times without a remainder. For example, 8 is a multiple of 2 because 8 can be divided by 2 4 times. Now, friends, let us have some examples. Activity 1. List the multiples of 4 less than 25. Very good. Dear friends, we can now make use of our counting objects. Can you count 4 objects first? Very good. Now, write our first multiple, 4. Add 4 objects. Friends, what is our total objects now? Very good. The total objects now is 8. Write our second multiple of 4, which is 8. Again, friends, add other 4 objects to our total objects. Now we have a total of 12. Write multiple 12. Add 4 objects again. Our total objects is now 16. Therefore, write another multiple of 4, which is 16. Friends, can you add other 4 objects? What is our total now? Very good. The total is now 20. Therefore, we write another multiple of 4, which is 20. Friends, add 4 objects again. The total now is 24. Therefore, 24 is another multiple of 4. But remember, friends, we are writing multiples of 4 less than 25. Can we add on again? No, we cannot. 24 is one number less than 25. Therefore, we cannot add on other multiples. And now, friends, as you can see, the multiples of 4 less than 25 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Very good. Dear children, we got our multiples by repeated addition. We kept adding 4s to numbers. Isn't that interesting? Very good. Dear children, let us have another example. Give the multiples of 6 up to 36. Dear children, up to 36 means 36 is also inclusive. We will add it to our multiples of 6. We can as well get our multiples through multiplication. Multiplication is repeated addition. Now, I want us to use the multiplication sign to get our multiples. Dear children, I hope you've been practicing and you remember your multiplication tables. Don't you? I know you do remember your multiplication tables. Dear friends, you can put your counting objects into several groups of 6 objects. Your groups must contain 6 objects each. Dear friends, with multiplication, our multiples of 6 can be got as follows. 6 times 1 equals one group of 6 objects, and this equals 6. Our first multiple of 6 is 6. 6 times 2 equals two groups of 6 objects, and this equals 12. 6 times 2 equals 12. 12 is our second multiple of 6. Children, I hope you are noting down our multiples. Can we continue? Okay. 6 times 3 equals 3 groups of 6 objects, and this equals 18. 18 is another multiple of 6. You can note it down, children. Children, 6 times 4 equals 24, and this equals to 4 groups of 6 objects. Therefore, 24 is another multiple of 6. You can note it down. And now, 6 times 5 equals 30. 30 equals 5 groups of 6 objects. Therefore, 30 is also a multiple of 6. Note it down. And now, friends, 6 times 6 equals 6 groups of 6 objects, and this equals to 36. 36 is also a multiple of 6. You can note it down. Wow! Our activity, remember, is to get the multiples of 6 up to 36. And therefore, the multiples of 6 up to 36 are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, full stop. Dear children, can you stand up and recite our multiples of 6 in our chant? Very good. Let's go. Let us count the numbers. 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 Let us count in 6. My turn. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and so on. Let us count the numbers. Let us count the numbers. Your turn. Count in 6. Well done, children. Those are our multiples of 6 up to 36. Now, friends, let us have a break. We will be back shortly.
Come along and play with us.
Welcome back, children. Before the break, we managed to get the multiples of 4 by repeated addition. We also got the multiples of 6 by multiplication. And now, children, I want you to try out the following activity on your own. List the first 5 multiples of each of the following numbers. The numbers are 3, another number is 7, and another number is 11. Dear parents or guardians, help me to see whether my friends are progressing well. Very good. The first 5 multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. This is because 3 times 1 equals 3, 3 times 2 equals 6, 3 times 3 equals 9, 3 times 4 equals 12, and 3 times 5 equals 15. On to the next number, 7. The first 5 multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. This is because 7 times 1 equals 7. 7 times 2 equals 14. 7 times 3 equals 21. And 7 times 4 equals 28. And 7 times 5 equals 35. Children, I know you're very good at your multiplication tables. And lastly, the first 5 multiples of 11 are 11, 22, 33, 44, and 55. Similarly, this is because 11 times 1 equals 11. 11 times 2 equals 22. 11 times 3 equals 33. 11 times 4 equals 44. And 11 times 5 equals 55. Dear children, I hope you got the right answers. And if you didn't, you can check out later to see where you made the mistake. Well done, friends. Before we end our lesson, let us review what we have learned today. We have learned how to find multiples of numbers. We have learned that multiples of a number are got through repeated addition of that number or multiplication. For your homework, friends, find and list the first 10 multiples of 8 and 9. Friends, make sure you revise your multiplication tables. By the way, children, before I go, did you know that every concept of mathematics has a real-life application? Yes, every concept in mathematics has a real-life application. What do you think is the importance of studying multiples in our daily life? You have few seconds to think about it. Very good. Multiples are applied in different situations. For example, exchanging money, comparing prices, understanding time, and predicting events. For example, some of you I know you love football, you love soccer, don't you? I know most of you do. Let's take an example, dear friends. The FIFA World Cup tournament. When did it last happen, friends? Well, that was 2018, and it was in France. And we know very well it happens after 4 years. Therefore, because we are good at our multiples and we know the multiples of 4, we can be able to predict the years the next tournaments of World Cup will occur. Isn't that interesting, friends? In our next lesson, you will tell when you think the next World Cup tournament will happen. And friends, that is it for today. Thank you for participating. Dear parents, we appreciate your support in these lessons. Dear children, stay home safely and remember to join us for our next numeracy lesson. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, 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 teacher. Goodbye, children. See you next time. Goodbye, 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 teacher.